if we then circle back to IGF-1, which you touched on, obviously important for protein synthesis, cell proliferation, with that low energy availability, we're seeing these increased amounts of growth hormone that can occur, but that's actually quite low intakes. I mean, now we're getting down to 20 kcal per kg fat-free mass.
Yeah.
Is that more of a survival switch then that's being activated when someone is having that? I mean, from the outside anyway, it feels like almost starvation mode at that point, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think really low energy availability is when you have someone who's training a lot and still eating high amounts of food or normal amounts of food and energy, is more like starvation response without the starvation, really. So it really is like a starvation response. So, a lot of things that we study are really trying to understand the starvation response in people who are like having, normal intakes of food, but who are like very physically active. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's fascinating to see the different constellation of markers, and you talk also about bone markers for resorption formation. Is there some potential there for being able to pick this up as well?
Yeah, definitely. So bone is this sort of tissue that it's even though we think it's not, it's very much alive. It's changing all the time. So it's going like synthesis and resorption all the time, and it's very very slow. So this sort of is a steady state that the bone is in which the synthesis is the same as the resorption. So the amount of the bone that we have is kind of the same all the time.
Yeah.
But when we get into this low energy availability or like sort of starvation response, one of the things that the body kind of tries to save energy in is like this sort of synthesis of bone. And there are some markers like blood circulating markers that can give us an idea of like whether this is changing or not. So even though it would take months to be able to detect like significant or meaningful, let's say, changes in bone metabolism on the bone mass, these markers, we can pick them up rather quick, within days of exposure. So we can see, is this having an effect on sort of this synthesis or resorption process? So yeah, there are some markers that are better than others, but normally like Beta-CTX is a good one, and CPTX and so on. There's a few osteocalcin and stuff there.